Denmark just did something nobody saw coming. They're giving citizens copyright over their own faces. This isn't science fiction anymore. Denmark announced they're becoming the first European country to pass comprehensive legislation that treats your face, voice, and body as intellectual property. Think about that for a second. Your face becomes something you legally own, like a song or a book. And just like stealing someone's music is illegal, using someone's face without permission could land you in serious trouble. The Danish Culture Minister Jakob Engel-Schmidt put it pretty bluntly when he said human beings can be run through a digital copy machine and misused for all sorts of purposes, and he's not willing to accept that. Strong words, but when you look at what's actually happening out there, you start to understand why Denmark's taking such drastic action. Here's where things get dark. According to recent studies, 98% of all deepfake videos online are pornographic. Let me say that again, 98%, and 99% of those target women. We're not talking about a few isolated cases here. Research found over 95,000 deepfake videos online, which represents a 550% increase from just a few years ago. The numbers are staggering. One analysis showed that deepfake pornography videos produced in 2023 were 464% higher than in 2022. Major deepfake pornography sites have cataloged thousands of victims. Almost 4,000 female celebrities were found across the top deepfake porn websites alone. And that's just celebrities. Countless private individuals have had their images stolen for face swap porn. What makes this technology so dangerous is how accessible it's become. You can now create a realistic deepfake pornographic video in less than 25 minutes, and it costs absolutely nothing. All you need is one clear photo of someone's face, one photo from Instagram, Facebook, or any social media platform, and someone can create explicit content that looks disturbingly real. South Korea has been hit particularly hard. K-pop idols are among the most targeted individuals globally, with 3 of the 4 members of Blackpink in the top 10 most targeted people. But it's not just celebrities. In August 2024, it emerged that teachers and female students across more than 200 South Korean schools were victims of deepfake images created and shared on Telegram. Group chats were created specifically for image-based sexual abuse of women, including middle and high school students, teachers, and even family members. The human cost is devastating. Victims describe living in constant fear over who has seen or will see these images in the future. Many experience depression and anxiety and withdraw from public life. They lose jobs and job prospects. Some victims report that the trauma continues long after the abuse first takes place. It's what researchers call the silencing effect. Victims are effectively silenced due to the lasting ramifications of this abuse. So what exactly is Denmark doing about it? Their approach is revolutionary because it fundamentally changes how we think about identity in the digital age. Instead of treating deepfakes as just a privacy issue or defamation problem, Denmark is saying your likeness is your property. If someone uses it without consent, you can demand removal and seek financial compensation. Tech platforms that fail to remove flagged deepfake content when requested could face heavy fines. And if they still don't comply, the Danish government says it could escalate to the European Commission level. The law includes exceptions for clearly labeled satire and parody. They're not trying to kill comedy or political commentary, but unauthorized use of someone's likeness for malicious purposes, that's where they draw the line. This builds on an earlier agreement from June 2024, where 9 Danish political parties committed to restricting deepfake use in political messaging. That came after members of the Danish People's Party created a video featuring Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, which really highlighted how vulnerable political discourse had become to this technology. Denmark isn't alone in recognizing this threat. The United States passed the Take It Down Act in April 2025, requiring platforms to remove intimate AI-generated content within 48 hours. South Korea went even harder, criminalizing sexually explicit deepfakes with penalties up to 7 years in prison. Several U.S. states, including California, New York, and Texas, have banned deepfake pornography at the state level. But here's the challenge: enforcement. Morten Morup, an ALA researcher at the Technical University of Denmark, warned that we're in a technical arms race between deepfake creation and detection technologies. As fast as we develop ways to spot fakes, the technology to create them gets better. He said, we need to practice source criticism and understand that we live in a world of misinformation. And it's not just about pornography. Deepfake fraud incidents rose 3,000% in 2023. Scammers are using cloned voices and videos to impersonate executives, celebrities, and even family members. Remember that French woman who was scammed out of $850,000 by someone pretending to be Brad Pitt using deepfakes? That's becoming more common. The technology behind deepfakes uses machine learning algorithms that can produce hyper-realistic content. Bad actors use this for blackmail, criminal manipulation, and spreading disinformation. Political deepfakes are being weaponized too. Researchers documented 82 political deepfakes targeting public figures across 38 countries in just 1 year. What Denmark is proposing could become a model for the rest of Europe. They plan to promote their approach when they assume the EU presidency. The big question is whether other countries will follow suit and whether this copyright approach can actually work in practice. The Danish Parliament will consider the proposal this autumn after summer consultation. If it passes, Denmark will be pioneering a completely new way of thinking about digital identity rights. Instead of playing catch-up with technology, they're trying to get ahead of it by establishing fundamental principles about who owns your digital self. For those of us watching from other countries, this raises important questions. Should we have ownership rights over our own faces? Can copyright law really protect us from AI abuse? And what happens when deepfake technology becomes so advanced that we can't tell real from fake anymore? Denmark's message is clear. In their view, everybody has the right to their own body, their own voice, and their own facial features. In a world where your digital identity can be stolen with a single photo, maybe that's not such a radical idea after all. What do you think? Should other countries follow Denmark's lead? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.